Ladies and gentlemen, things just got worse. Just when you thought the drama between Remy Ma, Claressa Shields, and Papoose had finally died down, Remy decided to blow it all up again. Because during last night's crazy, unexpected Instagram Live, Remy Ma made a revelation that drastically altered the situation, dragging Claressa from her former place as a side chick and placing her at the center of her own drama. Claressa Shields has been having an affair, according to Remy, who supplied screenshots, timestamps, and a voice memo that will haunt her for the rest of her life. And not just any man, but a man with connections. It's an alleged insider in the industry. That man might have been standing next to Papoose just a month ago. Furthermore, just like that, the sympathy for Claressa among the audience disappeared. Papoose was inconsolable. In the comments part of his passionate piece, people were begging him to stay strong. This is not merely infidelity, it is betrayal with a twist. Put on your seatbelt because if Remy Ma was quiet before, she's loud now. Claressa thought she had the advantage. Remy simply flipped the entire table. Darling, welcome to Celebrities' Lives. Let's go nasty, ladies and gentlemen. What started out as a verbal sparring bout has now turned into an Olympic betrayal. Welcome to the scandal inside the story. Last night, Remy Ma also lit the torch. Let's reverse. The tape just a few weeks ago, there was a whole division on the internet. For allegedly removing Papoose before his marriage was even legally binding, Claressa Shields was being hauled by Team Remy. In response, Team Claressa said that Remy had long since emotionally tuned out and that Pap was just moving on. But when Remy Ma came into the group chat from hell last night, she divulged something that no one could have expected, not even the messiest gossip blogs. According to Remy Ma's late-night Instagram Live, Claressa is suspected of cheating on Papoose with another man, possibly even one who is in her social circle, in addition to having a love relationship with him. It's also not a rumor. At the federal level, Remy brought what she called receipts. The exact time was 11:43 p.m. Remy went online without warning. With no countdown or advertisement, just a dark screen and her voice saying, "I hope y'all saved your sympathy for someone who deserves it." More than 40,000 people watched in less than 2 minutes. The comments section was blazing before she even showed her face. When she did appear there, she was too calm, wearing a hoodie, covering her hair, and not wearing any cosmetics. That's when it's going to get biblical, you know? This was Remy's initial action. This is unrelated to "I'm defending myself." This relates to being truthful. Because while you guys are out there portraying that girl as some victim of a broken marriage, I've been sitting on what I found for weeks. Everyone, you may have it now. Things took a terrible turn when she changed the camera to a laptop screen. She began by broadcasting a muted clip from a security camera, grainy, black, and white. It shows what looks to be Claressa walking inside a fancy apartment building in Atlanta. Before a man enters behind her, everything is silent. The camera's timestamp is 2:36 a.m. The man is allegedly Coach Dre, a former boxer and lifelong friend of Papoose. Yes, the Dre coach that worked with Papoose in 2020 when he was healthy. The individual who last appeared in Claressa's comments with fire emojis underneath a workout selfie. Remy paused the video, then stared at the camera. "Tell me about her." Devotion. The discussion broke out. Coach Dr. No, Pap's boy. Gloom gave way to shock in less than 3 seconds. Then she increased the temperature. Seems like Claressa left a voice memo for Dre, the same instructor. The confident voice of a woman in the message, she is seductive and clearly indifferent about being filmed. "I told you, he's too emotional. You understand how I move? That's why I'm here." Let's pause right there. This isn't just disrespect. This is betrayal with a Bluetooth connection. The type of betrayal you feel in your bones. You have 45 minutes before I return. Read Remy's subsequent text thread, which contains slightly blurred names but also the words, "He thinks I'm still training." The answer was, "Doors unlocked, as usual." Now celebrities like Simone, Funk Flex, and Joe Button, who seemed to have a burner account, started to show up on the live stream when it had received over 70,000 views. You want to wear the crown, sweetie? Deal with the scandals that result from it. Do you wish to rule as queen? Tidy up your mess, Remy said, leaning into the microphone after realizing that everyone was watching this like it was the Super Bowl. However, it was when Remy showed a screenshot of a shared calendar between Papoose and Claressa. You read correctly that the video went viral online. You can't play house with a man you're not finished cheating on, Remy said, shutting her laptop and staring into the camera for a full 6 seconds. One entry from last weekend read, Miami Recovery Weekend. See, at the same time, Remy showed a direct message from an anonymous source, allegedly a Miami hotel concierge, claiming that Claressa checked in with a guest named Driel and paid in full with a card belonging to Sea Shields Enterprises, LLC. For a while, let's go back in time to the psychology of this. Remy did more than just drag Claressa. She ruined her reputation as a victim and a villain. The receipts were also petty, personal, and precisely timed. But where was Papoose during all of this? I see that he wasn't in the chat. The gym wasn't where he was, and he wasn't posting love poems online. Instead, he was on his own Instagram story. It was precisely 12:21 a.m. and about 30 minutes after Remy's live stream ended. Papoose posted a black screen with the caption, "You think you know someone. Then you see what they really stand next." 2 when no one's looking, just vibes, no names or tags. 2 hours later, he told another story. This one about the meaning was immediately apparent to fans when they saw an old photo of him and Remy at a Grammy ceremony in 2018. Matching suits. Smiling and holding hands on Twitter went crazy. One commenter wrote, Pap went from defending Claressa to dropping cryptic heartbreak bars in less than an hour. Next, the cherry on top. Papoose looking at old photos like a Drake album cover. Claressa remained silent. There was complete silence on the radio. Nothing to say. No answer. Not even AAS fans were still processing this disaster. Another leak surfaced. Papoose allegedly texted Claressa earlier this week saying, I left my marriage for truth, and I didn't expect you to lie either. Strange repost. Not only is that suspicious, confirmation without confirmation is what it is. In the interim, blog pages started publishing timelines side by side. Claressa checks in at the Miami gym. The location of Coach Dre's tag. Both of their stories include the same hotel wallpaper. What Claressa was saying now was locked, and it hit harder than any strike she had ever thrown in the ring. Papoose lost half of his page. Remy. That was all fans needed to hear when she posted a photo of herself at brunch with the caption, unbothered, unbooked, and unavailable icon status. But the chaos wasn't over yet, because shortly before the evening ended, an anonymous source sent a screen grab of a FaceTime exchange between Claressa and an unnamed male voice in which she stated, Remy doesn't matter. I run my own name. It turned a scandal into a dispute. Additionally, just prior to the dust being a last twist, was disclosed in the comments section of a highly circulated Rees live video, just as things were starting to settle down. Someone claiming to be Coach Dre's close friend made a comment. She has performed in both of them. She was not only dishonest with Hap, that comment received 14,000 likes in 2 hours. It was only a matter of time until someone else joined the conversation, because this is turning into more than just Remy's story or perhaps heartbreak. Now, everyone is asking, who is this third man? Is Claressa really acting carelessly, or was this all set up from the beginning? Within 24 hours of Remy Ma's Instagram Live, rumors turned into headlines. And headlines turned into consequences, as Claressa's face mysteriously disappeared from the landing page of a major sportswear brand's campaign, a partnership she had just announced 2 weeks earlier, and as we speak, there are rumors that she is being dropped from a major brand campaign due to integrity issues connected to last night's receipts. The fallout from the Miami hotel scandal not only damaged Claressa's reputation, but it also ignited her entire brand. It's not just a bad look, it's a financial hit. Insiders began to leak that the brand was concerned about public backlash and misalignment with family values. They saw the screenshots, heard the voice note, and didn't want to be part of the circus. An alleged internal email said that the brand would be pausing all digital assets involving Claressa until the current PR storm resolves. According to sources, Claressa was supposed to earn upwards of $250,000 from the campaign alone, not including bonuses tied to digital reach. Fans noticed something on his Spotify profile. In spite of interviews, no lives, and no follow-ups too, his enigmatic Instagram story, an unreleased freestyle called Lost Loyalty, was unexpectedly added to the list of upcoming tracks. The cover, a black and white image of a boxing glove hanging from a broken microphone stand, was not subtle at all. And if that wasn't enough fuel, someone sent in a picture to a gossip blog that allegedly showed Claressa and Coach Dre leaving an Atlanta restaurant 3 nights ago after all the drama had gone public. The source says they weren't hiding. They were laughing arm in arm, walking like next to the video of Claressa cuddling with Dre. Remy's supporters flooded comment sections with Claressa's old ride or die tweets. And then the worst part, an anonymous Twitter user claiming to be Claressa's former assistant claimed to have overheard Claressa discussing Papoose as a branding step rather than a soulmate, claiming that Claressa saw the relationship as short-lived, strategic, and image-friendly. The caption next to the leak read, "She doesn't even care. They own the block." Pap was himself. It was accompanied by the internet, and by nightfall, the # Pap was promo trended for 6 hours straight. The thread was full of screenshots of itinerary plans, alleged direct messages, and a message that read, "Perhaps he is too slow to realize he's a campaign." No one cared if it was real or not. Then it was Ree's turn. She shared an old video clip of Papoose rapping on a rooftop while spewing a line about loyalty over celebrity, but she didn't include a caption. Supporters showered her comments with compliments. One even said she posted the truth without having to utter a word. Even though it was beginning to feel like an admission, Claressa had yet to speak, but at last someone else did. Late that evening, Coach Dre's verified account shared an Instagram story with a simple caption, "I'm not in the business of breaking families. Fixing broken individuals is my line of work." He then followed it up with a selfie of himself flexing at the gym with his shirt off. Comments were turned off. He didn't benefit from that post. If anything, it threw him right into the public dragging mess hall. A new meme went viral in less than an hour. A screen grab of his statement superimposed on a picture of a real house being demolished. "Fixing people by destroying everything around them," reads the caption. Then the dam really broke. According to another leak, this time from what is being called the Dropbox, Papoose had allegedly canceled a scheduled studio session with Fat Joe and Scram Jones. The source, who did not provide an explanation, stated that he was not in the right frame of mind to rap at the time. This brings us to the bigger picture, because as the story developed, more people began to connect the dots. Papoose's supporters unearthed his Bet Awards tribute to her, referring to it as the moment he gave everything. Remy's fans shared clips of old interviews in which she addressed loyalty as her love language. Was Dre even the only one, many asked? The screen recording purportedly showed a FaceTime call between Claressa and another man, not Papoose, not Coach Dre, in which she is wearing a hoodie and talks about how Pap is too emotional and that men like him always self-destruct. Fans said the man on the other end sounded like a well-known music producer who has been spotted with Claressa before. Suddenly, what had originally been a triangle turned into a web of scandals. Remy, of course, was unconcerned with the woman at the center of it, who claimed to be the victim, but was now being accused of being the mastermind. "It's crazy when the truth finally stops knocking," Sherry said as the caption for a picture she shared of herself drinking tea. when Papoose finally posted a 2-minute video to his Instagram page, showing him sitting in a hoodie in the driver's seat of a car without any filters or introduction. It was the moment that stopped the internet cold. He said, "I stayed silent because I was hoping what I saw wasn't real. Even when I've been mistreated, I've always tried to walk with dignity. But it's not what happened that hurts the most. The reason is that I left a queen for someone who couldn't be authentic." He hesitated. "Being a victim is not why I'm here. I made decisions." In less than 15 minutes, the video went viral, with every blog reposting the clips. For the first time since the incident began, people stopped laughing and started to feel sorry for Papoose. He ended by addressing anyone who is currently going through a difficult time. Go slowly, get better. Avoid losing yourself in the process of becoming someone else's persona. Celebrities started to respond, saying things like Taraji P, Real One, No Fluff, Henson, Angie Martinez, and even Charlemagne captioned it. The online opinion began to shift. And Claressa's fans were also going silent because that level of hurt was too personal for many. Claressa has not yet released a comment, but late that night, an enigmatic tweet surfaced on her page with the words, "Lessons learned. Heartbreaks occur." The damage was already done. One of the most well-known online relationship scandals of the year had completely collapsed. And what had begun as a spicy side chick fight had turned into a slow, agonizing breakdown of public image, trust, and truth. There was no mention of names, no apology, no denial, just vague healing talk that left fans more confused than reassured. The internet hadn't even caught its breath when a new leak surfaced. So now everyone was wondering what would happen next. Would Claressa respond to the accusations? Would Papoose take a break for music? Or would Remy finally come out of the chaos she's been hiding in for years? And that's exactly where we pick up next. As the dust settled, another anonymous source came forward with something even more damning. A screenshot, an NDA, and a name no one expected to see. Just hours after Papoose's tearful video went viral, an anonymous Reddit user posted a blurry but readable screenshot of what appeared to be an NDA non-disclosure agreement, with Claressa Shields' name at the top and Anthony Tone Baxter's signature. At the bottom, Tone Baxter is a mid-level producer who has been linked to Remy Ma's former management team, and is known for covertly ghost producing for some of the biggest names in hip-hop. The note for the Flight fans started piecing together the details faster than a true crime podcast. Supposedly to protect the privacy of mutual personal interactions involving Sea Shields. Translation: something happened between Claressa and this man, and they didn't want it to be revealed. Whether or not this NDA was true, it didn't matter. Screenshots, threads, and TikToks examined every pixel. And then, just when it seemed like there was nothing left to investigate, another receipt appeared. A Venmo payment history allegedly revealed a $600 transfer from Claressa to Tone Baxter. Just 1 month earlier. The internet wasn't just speculating now, it was looking into it. A Google Doc timeline was created that included all the men Claressa had been seen with in the last 6 months, complete with location tags, photo evidence, and overlapping dates that suggested Claressa had been running more plays than a boxing coach. Papoose, who hadn't commented since his last video, posted one more item, a quote on a black background. "Sometimes you just accept the truth and keep going." The message was shared by fans, celebrities, and even Remy Ma, who said, "And sometimes, you make sure they don't rewrite the story without you." Remy Ma's team has now filed a cease and desist against Claressa's camp, based on a fictitious but spicy leak from a so-called court insider, not for defamation but for misappropriation of personal finances during the time she was allegedly involved with Papoose. The claim is that Claressa used shared assets from her relationship with Pap to support these other relationships, which could result in civil court proceedings, damages, asset disputes, and even public prosecution. A major athletic supplement company reportedly suspended communication with Claressa's team, according to another rumor that surfaced on blogs. There was no confirmation or press release, but her profile was discreetly removed from their ambassador page. This is the third partnership that has been lost in a week, and Claressa Shields has remained silent, only making a brief appearance in public on Instagram. Imagine being forced to sit in court and explain why she flew out a second man while dating someone she claimed to love. That's not just scandal. It's televised humiliation in the making. You only know what's leaked. Not what's real was the only thing that appeared on a dark screen. But if she thought that would put an end to the situation, she was wrong, because the next twist was the confrontation. According to multiple witnesses, Claressa, Remy, Ma, and Papoose were all invited to a private event hosted by a luxury magazine that celebrated Black excellence in music and sports. The event was invite-a-lie, with no press present, only artists, athletes, and insiders. As with everything else in this story, privacy was an issue. And an attendee leaked audio from what they say was a heated exchange between Claressa and Papoose. "You weren't just lying to me. You made me lie to myself. I never asked you to be my hero, but I warned you I wasn't perfect," Claressa says after a few moments of silence. The audio ends there, without any images or background information, but it was enough to send fans into a tailspin. By this time, the public narrative had changed, portraying Remy Ma as vindicated, calm, and unconcerned. Papoose as a man who got played rather than a cheater. And Claressa as a cunning opportunist. Even celebrities started to comment. Was Remy the bad guy or the warning? Did Papoose give up his marriage for a mirage? Is Claressa playing chess while everyone thought she was getting better? Charlemagne said on the radio, "Remy always moves with receipts, so if she posted it, she meant it." "You don't level up by tearing down two men at once," said Lisa Ray, characterizing the situation as embarrassing for Claressa. Just before the outcry peaked, a final twist emerged. A fake but completely real leak claimed that Claressa had been asked to star in a documentary series called Damage Control. Sessions, along with never-before-seen footage of her relationship with Papoose. Online outrage was sparked by the leak, with one tweet saying, "She really turned her own mess into a bag." Another added, "With a camera team, you can only cheat, lie, and make money in America." Her representatives did not reply when contacted. Remy Ma's most horrifying reply, though, was to tweet the word "predictable," which completed the circle of the entire event. Claressa's moment of prominence evolved into her own firing squad. And Remy's accusation of losing her husband concluded with her having the final say, inconsistencies. And Papoose's public lamentations of his own decisions marked the end of what started as him seeking happiness. From here, where does it all go? According to reports, Remy Ma is back in the studio working on a project that draws inspiration from lessons learned, losses experienced, and liberation. There is no release date, but fans are calling this her redemption era. Blogs claim that Papoose has entirely withdrawn from music and is organizing a secret retreat where there will be no phones, no interviews, and only tranquility. Claressa's future is uncertain. Some say she will rebrand, repackage, and move on, as if nothing occurred, while others say the incident made her too toxic for brands. America, after all, enjoys a villain if it was a masterclass in how the internet can fall in love with you, turn against you, and bury you all in a week. But one thing is for sure, this was not just chatter, because we secretly know that the drama never ends. It simply takes on new names we watched, clicked, and commented throughout it all. Who exactly was played here, we wonder? Was Remy Ma only a condescending woman, or was she constantly one step ahead, waiting for the ideal opportunity to put a stop to a story that never worked for her? Did Papoose willingly disregard all the warning signs in the name of reinvention? Or was he a man seeking comfort in suffering? You've seen the voice notes, the receipts, the quiet, the mysterious captions, the brand deals that vanished, the leaked NDAs, the FaceTime talks that ought to have stayed private, and more. Are your thoughts? Kindly leave a comment with your ideas. You like, let me grab my popcorn, Remy, Clara, or Papoose? Are we even ready for Claressa's next turn of events, if she has any? If your jaw dropped at least once, you'll like this video. If you enjoy the drama, the breakdowns, and the mess that no one else is willing to replicate, subscribe and ring that bell, because no one is safe in this scandal-plagued society, and anyone's legacy could be destroyed by the next falsehood.